The clear air system, where our customers are our best advertisement. Here are just a few of our satisfied customers.
All right, Stan, you've had the clear system on your boat for a year. How do you like it?
We love it. We love the system. It's taken all the bilge odors and puts them outside. As any boater knows, you always have some residual water in the bottom of the boat. That's some of the bilge odor that the system takes out. It's constantly working as long as I'm on 110 volt, and we get on the boat and we just enjoy it. We don't have the smell that we had years ago without the system. So makes it much more enjoyable. Now my wife actually wants to go on the boat, and it's a great system. I'd recommend it to anybody.
The Sunset Chaser. It's a clear system on it for about almost a year now. Runs a meticulous owner. Installed the system and thinks it's excellent. It helps to dehumidify the boat. He doesn't run his air conditioning units anymore when he's off the boat. And it comes back every time, fresh, clean, no moisture.
Hey, my name is Glenn. I have a clean air system, and that's what we're here talking about today. It's something I looked online and checked on, and contacted Paige about the clean air systems, and had the system installed, and I really like it. It really works. It made a big difference in my boat. Helped people who came on my boat realize there was no odors in it. It made a big difference. Areas of the boat, which really bothered me in the beginning, was in the hatches, under the hatches, in the bilges and forward bilges. The air got so stale and the smelled so bad it came through all the air conditioners, and we had a problem with that. So that was the reason why I went with clean air systems, because it helped remove all those odors. It helped decrease the humidity throughout the boat in the bilge areas. It's just done a wonderful job, and I think a lot of people, if you look into it, you'll be really happy with it, and it's a good system. And it's cheap to operate. That's one of the other factors I had to look at. The cost of operating the system is something I can leave on around the clock. I don't have to worry about it, which is good. Instead of running all the ACs and all the pumps and condensers and fans when you're away from the boat that you got to worry about plugging up, burning up, or having a problem, this system I don't have to worry about. You just leave it run. It does its job. You don't clean anything. You don't have to inspect anything. It's real environment friendly for marine life.
How's your wife like it?
Wife loves it. Again, the women are the first ones that notice odors on a boat. I mean, they're the first ones that just turn up their noses and go, why does it smell? What is the smell? Well, that could be a combination of things. It could be old holding tanks that get perforated, and that's an odor that, unless you change the tank, you can't get rid of. Again, that's what the clean air system work comes in, and it works great to remove those airs around that area, the air around that area, and it eliminates that. So the next time we had the system on, she didn't smell that anymore. No more odors in the bilge because it removes the air out of the bilge all the time. And like I said, she's real satisfied with it, and probably that was the biggest reason why I went and looked into the system, because of her complaints.
You're talking about he has some moisture buildup on your forward air conditioners?
Well, you'll find in the older boats where there's still a lot of wood in them, the moisture builds up in the bilge area because that air is so hot and so humid that you find that the doors and drawers, to the heads, to the hanging lockers start to get stick on you. And you find out it's because there's expansion in the wood because of the moisture. The clean air system, after installing it and letting it run for a while, I realize now that, again, that was one of the issues that I had, and I didn't realize it was going to take care of, but it did. The doors closed completely. They weren't sticking when it got very hot outside and humid. That eliminated that problem, so that was one more problem that it took care of, which I wasn't aware that it would even do that, but it turned out to be work real well.
Great.
Does it work?
Yeah, it's working now. So you had the clear system on your boat for a few months now. How do you like it?
We love it. It does a great job of removing the diesel fumes and any sanitation odors that might be built up while we're gone. And when we open up the hatch, it's nice and fresh. On
Cool.
this
Sounds
clear
like-
air system when we're sailing, I throw it on the inverter and it pulls the diesel fumes out of the engine when we go out while we're sailing, so we don't have that resident buildup of diesel that can cause an issue when you shut her down. So it works great.
Nice. What about your CO2 detector?
Hasn't gone off a bit. It used to go off all the time, so it's working on pulling off any of those CO2 felt buildup in the cabin, so it's not a problem.
So from a woman's perspective, what do you think about the clear air system?
I really like it. It does pull a lot of the diesel odor out of the boat. I mean, we don't smell any at all, really. So, as far as I'm concerned, pretty satisfied.
Yay. Oh, great, thanks. So, Captain Jay, you've had the clear system on your boat for over a year now. What do you think?
I think it's one of the most innovative things that I've seen in a long, long time. We do away with a lot of the electrosand type smells and odors that comes out of the boat. With the adapter that works with the bilge, it seems to keep the circulation up real good with the bilge air and really seems to help with the odors. The boat went from smelling horrible, like a septic tank, to bearable. I was always trying to figure out what the heck it was, and this sure enough helped me with my issues. I'm sure glad I have it.
How the owners like it?
Oh, they couldn't believe that it hadn't been invented sooner. They're very pleased with it.
The clear air system is simple. By using a central inline fan and small 1 1/4 inch and 3/4 inch ventilation lines that run throughout the boat, vacuuming up the odors and stale cabin air, and vent them outside. The inline fan is very efficient, 110 volt and less than 1 amp and 50 watts, and is the only inline fan motor certified for marine use. The concept is simple. Bad air out, fresh air in, continuously, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Please contact us so we can show you how you can become a clear air boat and start enjoying your boat in comfort without odors.